What's going on, everybody? This is Super Robot Ed, and this video is kind of a review of a toy that I love the most, but also of wanting to ask everyone's opinion. Do you think, since we're getting Magmatron, would this be a good commander class? And we're going to talk about that throughout the video. I'm running out of space on my SD card. I've been doing a marathon of reviews. This is review number 4. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to start off by showing this off, but we're going to come back in 2 and 2 because there's some other things I got to pull out to compare with. So I'll be right back. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic. I had to let the camera charge up a little bit. This is the last review I'm going to do for the night. I'm ready to go relax just for a little bit and do work. Basically, this figure released in 1999. And I bought him in 2000, the original. Now, the original had some caveats with the arm that would disintegrate eventually or lose its ability as a clear arm. But this one is the 2019 release. Now, they did 3 releases of this figure in 2019. They did this version, which is the more animation redeco. It basically looks like the animation model. The original, they didn't release. They actually re-released the blue version, which I'm shooting myself for not getting. Because it's not exactly the lucky draw, but it's close to the lucky draw. So I need to think about that. Then the other one was the release with the big Buster Cannon. Then of course there was the DNA kit that went along with it. Now if you got the Takara Buster Cannon, you got the original toy deco, which made me mad because I'm like, you should have gave us all of it at once. Gave us the animation deco with that Buster Cannon. But anyway, Takara's kind of loopy like Hasbro. So we're going to go over the figure real quick. It does not do much. It's not going to be much of it's parts forming. First things first, though, it does have the ears that move back and forth, and you can see the butt of the woolly mammoth. Now, it does have the claws, the trunk, I believe the claws move by pulling the ears back. So when you pull the ears back, see how the claw moves, does it on the other side. Okay, so we see that, and my hand's in the way. No, let's do that again. See that there? I'm pulling the ear. All right. Now, if you want the trunk to move, there's a lever right here. See that brown lever right above the head, and then you just, he does the snuffleupagus. So he had a lot of gimmicks, but other than that, he was very static. Nothing moves, and it couldn't if you tried. Now, maybe they do a commander class. They may be able to get a little bit more, maybe some articulation, but I doubt it. The thing with this toy is getting all these panels to fit, and I'm not doing transformations on screen. God, no. God, no. Trust me, transformation was done ahead of time. But we're going to show off some of the other modern Beast Wars characters. We're going to bring back Lao Convoy. And then we're going to bring in my Netflix Optimus Primal. And these are the 3. Actually, I need to put them in order because in Japan, it goes Beast Wars. This is Beast Wars 2nd, Lao Convoy. And then this is Beast Wars Neo, Big Convoy. Now, we never got these 2 in America officially. This one still has not come out in America because the re-release was done Takara. This is Takara release. This never was done in America. We did get a version of this in America, though. Nemesis Prime. Who I still have him, but he's in parts. Oh boy, hurts my feelings every time. Very good repaint, very good redeco. And I also forgot Ultra Mammoth, but that's really TFCCC. That's not something you can buy from the store. And believe me, trying to find that Nemesis Prime, have all 3 of the beast leaders, and in Japan he is known as Convoy. Not Optimus Primal, Lao Convoy, Big Convoy. He's kind of like Optimus Prime to these 2. Because he's young and he's like a one-man army. This is pretty much it. Now we're going to take these to the side here real quick. And move them out the way. I'm going to measure this bad boy. And then we're going to get him transformed. And then we're going to wrap it up. Because, woo, it is almost 10 o'clock and I have not stopped. He is upside down. He's approximately from the tip of the trunk to the tail, 11 inches, but the core of the robot is about 4 to about 9, so 5 inches in the that's category. Height, he is approximately at the tallest 5.5 inches, so a little below 5.5 inches, and he is approximately, say about 2 inches wide. He's just a big static brick, but a good-looking brick. And if you could get him all the parts to combine, then you are an awesome person. So I'm gonna pause for the cause because I'm just gushing over this figure. I still love this figure. This is one of my favorites. So glad to get a good one. And we're gonna talk about the redeco and everything, of course, in 2 and 2. Hang tight. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic. We're going to go over the changes that were made. So right off the bat, the head was changed to where he doesn't have gold eyes, but now he has flat yellow eyes. The mouth plate is now a flat white, and the head is has yellow eyes instead of those gold eyes. As far as the shoulders here, those were changed from beige to yellow, which is more anime accurate. The front of the chest is still red, but in the crest, this is now more gray. Again, animation accurate. The abdomen looking parts are now flat white instead of that silvery looking white, pearlescent white. The crotch is white with gold, with yellow in the middle instead of gold. He still has the peace looking symbols, but it doesn't have paint going down it, and they're white. The shade of the fur is a little darker. It's one shade of brown, where the original had a more orangey at the bottom, like it was two-tone, and the eyes were green, where the eyes on the beast mode here have an actual pupil in it. The feet, legs are relatively the same, except now they're just a lighter shade of white. I don't have the missiles on me, but the missiles are still red and they would fit in there. The reason why I don't have the missiles because they still fire, and trust me, you'll lose those things. But the missiles are like hooks, they're red. For the legs, they're like leg weapons here. And then for the what's supposed to be like the big cannon, you put 2 red missiles in here. I am not going to lose those missiles, so they are in the box, but I don't know where the box is. So I do my accessories when I keep the box. If I don't need those accessories, I keep them in the box. Now, as far as articulation, leg goes out to here, leg goes down to here, leg goes back to here. Now, the arm will rotate 360, but if you have all the kibble in the way, it's not going to go all the way, but it can. This arm is a little loose on the Tophons. We'll show off the weapons momentarily that I, can have, but there is a screw here, and this used to be clear. I forgot about that. And this part would, over time, kind of just disintegrate. It just did. I mean, I've had this. Okay, I had 2 regular big convoys, and then the Nemesis one, which also has a clear arm, which has the same issue, and then this one. The Encore is far better. And so before we continue, we're going to show off the Matrix. And the Matrix is different, where I believe the Matrix had a red jewel that was see-through. Now, this Matrix is very hard to get out. And it's only this release where the Matrix is hard. But this is one of the first Transformers that had a Matrix, okay? Yes, Lao Convoy and them may have had a Matrix and things like nature, but this is the first one to actually have a Matrix. I'm pretty sure of that, because this predates any other Transformer toy. This predates even Galaxy Force Convoy or Galaxy Convoy or Cybertron Optimus Prime, which he had a Matrix. This one definitely has a gold Matrix. This would be red. Now it's a blue flat jewel, but it still looks good. It's very well painted, and he can hold it with both hands. Anyone can hold it a lot better than the Matrix that you get with the Optimus Prime. And yes, you can do this, and of course he's got the Matrix in his hand. So there you go. We're going to put the Matrix back in his chest. In you go. And then after that, we're going to talk about the weapons. Now, he has weapons that are look like weapons, but this is the cannon that comes off. And so normally if you have him you would have him positioned like this. But when he's ready to go to war, ready to fight, you turn these like this. And you can see that these are red. Now, on the original, these were I did like the way they look on the original. They kind of blended in. But at the same time, to give it more of a flair, they painted these red. And so it's supposed to look like he has missiles in there and he can launch them and everything like that. This is like when he goes like one-man army-ish. Now, for the cannon is basically the trunk. Now, in the cartoon, he would be able to do the Matrix Buster and the Matrix folding here, but the Matrix isn't foldable. And I think the DNA kit did fix that. If not, I'm not 100% sure. I don't have the DNA kit, and I don't know if I'm gonna get it. But this is the cannon. Now the part that we want to get out is this, and you need fingernails to get this out. That's the 5mm peg, and we'll go into his hand, and he will hold the cannon. And like I said, this is the only caveat to owning him. He's just kibbly, but good kibbly, because again, he has feet rotation. He doesn't have wrist swivel because of the way of the transformation, but still, he has even an extra joint in the fist. I mean, he's basically a modern transformer, and he's holding up well too. It's amazing. And then basically you just put the cannon in his arm. I mean his hand. Oh, I say arm. What the hell? But it fits on his arm, and it just kind of looks like this. And you may have to lift it up just so you can get him to stand up. I usually keep the cannon on his back, but as you can see here, he looks good with the cannon. I mean, you know, you got to just kind of fold that back, but I mean, he still looks, you know, like the one-man army. I mean, you're gonna see somebody walking up on you with a cannon with a trunk on the end, and it's got a cannon on the end. Bruh, I'm leaving the room. Like, all right, I don't know who this dude is. I'm not about to get shot by some big trunk cannon. Like it just doesn't resonate with me. We're trying to get him posed up, and it's kind of hard to do on this surface, and the feet are two pieces, so you have to kind of be careful with the kibble and everything. And because they're on their own individual swivels, they do tend a tendency to rock to the back. See, and then now he's front forward. So as you can see there. So we're going to pause for the cause, bring out the other two transformers so I can get his leg straightened up, and then we're going to wrap this puppy up, and then I'm going to bed. Oh gosh, 10:15. Be back 2 and 2. All right, everybody. I had to show off the tonfas real quick. And the tonfas are stored inside of the hand. And so I didn't show it off in the original video. So we're going to show how it works. So basically you fold that back, and let me get a little bit of a clarity here. Basically what it does, it unfolds from here. Excuse me, y'all. And basically you just pop this out, and the hand will go into a 5mm post. And that's how they are held in place. And it's a little difficult to do because I'm not doing this on a normal light box. And you repeat the same thing on the other side, and he has the All right, y'all, I had to show that off real quick. And after that, now we're going to go back to your regularly scheduled video. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic, and we have the classroom photo of all three Autobot, Maximal leaders, or I guess they would be Cybertron. Yeah, Cybertrons in Japan, because these two are Japanese characters, while, of course, Optimus Primal or Convoy in Japan was in Beast Wars, of course, and then now in America, Beast Wars was one cohesive series, Beast Wars, and then, they had the, they had the Transmetal, and, that season after that, and of course they had Transmetal 2, and then of course they went into Beast Machines. But the way that they did it in Japan, the way that the lore works, is that the first season of Beast Wars was his time. Then it went to him. So they kind of changed the story, and I don't remember exactly the story because I only watched bits and pieces of both shows, even though I own them. Okay, because the animation is kind of crude in certain. It's okay. It's okay. So he is Beast Wars II, so he takes over his little crew, and of course, while that's happening, this is supposed to be his story is happening currently. Then after Beast Wars II, and then he comes on the scene and he has his crew going up against Magmatron. Now, the thing is that having them together, I know that they pair him with the Masterpiece, but technically he is the bigger of the three. He is the biggest. So this works. But would I like to see him as a commander class? We're going to talk about that because we need to hurry up and wrap this up. I'm going to move these two out the way. I'm going to do the height measurement for him, and then we're going to talk some shit. So he is approximately at the head 7 inches in height. He's definitely Voyager size. But like I said before, he's a good toy. If you really want Big Convoy to complete the trilogy, pick up Big Convoy. Now, will they make this a commander class? They could make this a commander class. They really could. He needs to be commander class, but I would want him to stay in the 8 to 9 inch range to be with Magmatron. And I would hope if they do that, they can fix the kibble and make the transformation just a tad bit smoother. Other than that, this figure is still ahead of the game, 2 decades ahead of the game. As a commander class, this would work because as a leader, this is leader scale. So knowing how Hasbro is, and I'm not a Hasbro apologist for the 180th time, but we know the budget is going to screw us out if we put this in the leader class. He would have to go to commander class. He doesn't have a lot of tools. He's a parts former. I mean, he's not even a parts former. He's a shell former. So he doesn't have tools or anything, but for the size and I think for what could be improved, if Magmatron is improved over the original, then I would be like, yeah, Hasbro, do big Convoy. One of my standout pieces, the minute I saw the animation redeco and he was being released in Encore, I didn't buy him right away. Ha, I got you. Nope. I got him on sale for like $50 something. Yeah, I waited. I'm not going to lie. And then I sat and waited on the big blue one and didn't get him. Things. The head still has that same issue where it feels like it's just so loose, but not as loose as the first one. Because literally on the first one, his head, like it kind of waggles, but the original, you could break it. This wasn't on a thin peg because you could take it out, but if you didn't want the head to just wobble, I stuck like a piece of foil in it and that kind of kept it together. I didn't want to put super glue on it because, any glue, because that actually can wear down plastic. So I use like foil, a small, little foil where you can't see it in the head, which is perfect. But I gotta show y'all the head sculpt before we go. The head sculpt on this is phenomenal. Let's see if we can get in close. It's just amazing. So my final thoughts, opinion, whatever, is you should buy this toy if you don't have it, if you want it. If you don't want it, then don't buy it. But if you want it and you think it'll be an addition to your collection, especially if you have Lao Convoy Leo. I'm calling him Lao Convoy because he's not Leo Prime. I'm sorry. You want to call him Leo Prime, that's your business. But he's Lao Convoy. So if you want to pair him up with Lao Convoy and Optimus Primal to have the trilogy from Japan, just pick him up. Now, I don't know how much he goes for these days because he was cheap. Yeah, like I said, I got him under 60, it's $50 something, but you might pay more because now he's out of print. But just look for the Encore Big Convoy. There's the other one, like I said, with the Buster Cannon. If you can't get that, there's a DNA kit that you can pair with this one. Because like I said, this does look better than the original release. I'm sorry, it does. It just does. But that's not taking away from it. It's just, this just looks better because of the deco. That's all I got. It's a great figure. Big Convoy is worth the money. Go pick them up. So this is Super Robot Ed. Bring you more news and reviews until then. We'll see you soon. Waiting for new figures. Bye-bye.